Hello, beautiful ones. This is Dr. V. If you are new to this channel, I want to give you a big welcome. I am so happy that you were guided to this reading today. So make sure that you stay with me until the end, because you will find that we do things a bit differently here at Live Tarot than what you're probably used to seeing. And so what we do here are love readings that are designed to do two things. Is number one, to get you clarity and support on your journey to love by connecting you with the energies of the masculine and the feminine. You utilize the terms as they work for you and leave the rest. Now, the second thing we do here is that we support you to raise your vibration and step into your own greatness, because the more that we step into better and better versions of ourselves, the better our manifesting power, the power of our resonance. So if all of that, and it sounds great, make sure that you subscribe and also hit the bell so that you get notified every time I do a new reading. So we're going to go in deep today, utilizing a bunch of different decks, as well as the 3 decks that I've created particularly for all of you who are on this journey. So Spirit, please tell us, what is the divine masculine struggling with in his journey at the moment? What is the divine masculine struggling with in his life and in his journey, just as of now? What is the masculine struggling with in his journey right now? What is the masculine struggling with? Wow. Okay, so I think this is coming up rather clearly here. So what's going on here with the masculines that we are connecting with right now? They have been in this 7 of Wands energy, and this can be a very exhausting energy, because it really is about feeling like you have to be on guard against attack, against judgment, against difficult situations. See how in this figure what you see is someone who is very much standing his ground alone. It's almost like this energy of him against the world, him against his proposed enemies here, because these wands are all coming at him to attack him. So your masculine, if you are the feminine watching this video for your masculine, he has been really struggling with the pressures of life, the pressures of feeling like he is under a microscope. Okay, that's the energy that's coming through. It's like he feels like he's in some sort of a fishbowl or some sort of a microscope where he is being observed, he is being judged. It may be at his work, and it may also be in his personal life, like in his relationships with, friends, family, in different situations that he's in. But I do feel that it is particularly coming out in his actual work environment. There is definitely stress. There's definitely a lot of cutthroat competition that he may be feeling at this moment. And that's also why we have him in this, very guarded energy. And so what I'm feeling though is that there is like an overflow. There's kind of like this tipping point where it's like when you are in this kind of guarded energy a lot, it's very easy to let it brim over or flow over into your personal life, right? And so I'm feeling that one of his great concerns here, see, because you have him in this Nine of Swords reversed, is that it has brought him a lot of stress and sleepless nights. And so that's something that he's been struggling to get out of. And that's why this is a positive thing, that he is trying to come out of this Nine of Swords energy, because your masculine has realized, he's aware that being guarded all the time, putting up walls around himself, is really not a balanced energy. And that, you know, it's something that is really something he has to find a greater balance for. He can't let this energy or whatever he's going through in terms of feeling like he is being attacked, not by you, feminine, but in his life, where he feels that he's being judged and watched and nothing he does is good enough. I'm also getting that energy that comes from a combination of his workplace as well as family, you know, family expectations, where it's like nothing he does or says for people is good enough. And he's been trying to help people for a long time. And as a result of that, he has lost balance himself. And that is why he's trying to get out of this Nine of Swords energy. It's coming through in the reverse, as in he has realized that it is bothering him, and what it's doing is that it is lowering his vibration. It's lowering and threatening his balance, and it's starting to affect how he sees himself. I'm also feeling that for some of you, and maybe not for all, because this is a general reading, take what resonates for you and leave the rest. If you'd like to have specific guidance on your situation, that's what a personal reading is for, and the link to that is in the box below. So for some of your masculines, I'm also feeling that this kind of lower vibration and this threatening of the balance that he feels may even be manifesting in some sort of a physical way. Like your masculine may be going through some sort of bad health. Now, it could be anything from he keeps getting colds, or he keeps getting like body aches, back aches, like chronic kinds of issues, because his immunity has gone down from this lack of balance and these constant sleepless nights and these constant worries that have been keeping him up at night. And so he's also kind of battling with the physical as well as the emotional fallout from this kind of, Seven of Wands energy. And so, but what this goes to show you is beneath all of these heavier energies, what I'm loving here, guys, is that he has a very strong compass towards where he wants to go. And so his struggle is to achieve this. And what I love about this is what a great combination here of the 10 of coins, which is the 10 of pentacles, and the home card. Because see, in traditional tarot, this 10 of pentacles is all about creating a real home and a real life with the person that you love. And this life, and see, unfortunately, you don't see that. You don't see like two people in love with their family, with their legacy, with their parents and the dog and all, and the kids and all that. That's what would normally be here. But it would give you much more of an accurate kind of visual representation than this deck does. But it's all about having it all, having that home where everybody is welcome, where everybody is accepted and loved and nurtured and taken care of. Like, he has been struggling to create this kind of an environment. He wants this with his feminine, and he has struggled to make this happen. See, the only thing that is real is love. Shift your focus from the problem back to love. And that's exactly what I feel that he is trying to do, because he's dealt with enough problems. And so he's like, you know what, this is starting to affect this Seven of Wands energy is really starting to affect my personal life. It's starting to affect my relationship with my feminine, and it is starting to obstruct my ability to really work with her to create a real life together, to create a real home, which would include the full picture of this Ten of Pentacles, which is all about being able to take care of everything, right? Home, career, abundance, financial security, family, kids, the dog, and your parents and family, right? So this is where he's really trying to get out of this struggle and trying to get back into focusing on love, which I actually think is fantastic. This card really does it for me, guys. This is so lovely, right? Focus on love as your solution. That is the way out of this Seven of Wands. Isn't that lovely? Okay, so then Spirit, please tell us, what is the feminine struggling with at this time in her life journey? What is the feminine struggling with at this time in her life journey? Where are you, feminine? Very interesting combination here. What is the feminine, struggling with? Yeah, Beautiful, actually. I see some really wonderful intentions coming through here. Really beautiful intentions. So let's start here. We're going to look at this. Isn't this amazing? Empress energy. Wow, feminine. And you have some major arcana cards here, so which tells me that you are going through a very spiritual phase, a phase of spiritual expansion, a phase of rejuvenation, reinvention. And so what I see here that you've been struggling with is this Empress's energy, like wanting to be the full aspect, the full manifestation of your femininity, right? Because the Empress, she's literally the seat of all, or the origin of all abundance, personal power, feminine, divine feminine power, right? Some of you, and again, this may be for some of you, not for all of you, some of you may be feeling that it is time for you to start a family, like you would like to have children, you would like to, settle down with your masculine. That is something that you have struggled with, right? Whether it's your soulmate, twin flame, immortal beloved, none of the labels matter at all. All that matters is the connection that you feel. And so I'm also feeling, though, that some of you feminines, again, some, not all, have been feeling like you've been going very hard on yourself. Okay, that's the energy that's coming through. You've gone very, very hard on yourself. Like when things have gone wrong with your masculine, or when things have not been the way you want them to be in your relationship, in your connection, you have really taken on a lot of the burden of fixing something. So you've put in a lot of effort, and whenever you had interactions where you felt that it was very difficult, right? Getting the masculine to understand where you were coming from, being able to effectively communicate together, right? To talk things out, to really deeply understand each other. When there were breakdowns in those communications, feminines, I feel that you really took it upon yourselves, where you really focused in on where you went wrong, and you felt really bad about the places where you were just being human. It's like, we all want to be superwoman, but, it's a tremendous burden to bear, right? It's very stressful when we, of course we should have very high standards of ourselves and who we are, and how powerful we really are as feminines. But I feel like sometimes along with that comes very high expectations of ourselves. Sometimes the expectation that we put on ourselves in this Empress energy is even more than what other people put on us. Sometimes we expect a lot more of ourselves and don't give ourselves a break, much more than what other people would expect. Like other people give us a bigger break than we give ourselves. And so I feel that this is where you have been truly struggling to see this toiling and laboring away at this. How can I be stronger? How can I be better? Why did I make mistakes? Why did I say this? Why did I do that? How can I make this work better? How can I reinvent myself? Is there anything different that I can do so that I can have this amazing relationship with my masculine? How can I soar, right? Look at this beautiful flying energy. It's like, wow, you really want to take yourself to that next level of expansion. This combination of Empress and flying is just so beautiful, feminine, because you literally want to just soar across the sky, high in spirit, high in vibration, with this beautiful energy that you have within you. You don't want anything to weigh you down, because you have been feeling weighed down in the past. And that's why I actually like this combination for you, because the magician doesn't feel weighed down, right? He's the one who can get out of anything. People try to log him down and they cannot. So I love this, because to me, this is, and look at this combination of this. I love this, of this horse. It's like this energy of this wild, beautiful, I almost see it as a unicorn energy, of this wild, beautiful, unique creature that cannot be tamed, right? That cannot be tamed by anyone, and is always reinventing herself and cannot be locked down in her energy by anything. And so I feel that that's what you've been struggling with, because that's who you really are inside, feminine. And I think you've gotten into some sort of situations with your masculine and in your life in general, where you haven't felt that soaring energy, where you felt like you shortchanged yourself and you settled, right? You settled for less, and you let kind of egos get in the way. This Five of Swords is definitely an energy of, wanting to fight things out, but not in the best way, like looking at, gratifying your ego and then letting that get you down, right? And that's okay. I mean, we all have an ego, right? And for people to be humble and to be aware and conscious and live in the present moment, you have to be constantly vigilant of your ego. It's like you have to constantly step outside yourself and look at yourself as a separate person and say, hey, well, that's her ego talking, or that's his ego talking, and that's not me, because I am an immortal soul. I'm so much more than the ego. The ego is just kind of my protector. The ego's job is to protect me, but it doesn't do it in the right way many times. And so I can't get carried away with that. And so you have been settling for less, because you've been letting your ego, kind of get the best of you in some of these situations. But look, what's so wonderful here, though, feminine, is that you're aware of it. You are very aware. Look at your pattern in relationships. It requires inner strength to recognize that you need to change or modify your behavior. Isn't that incredible? So I love this for you, feminines. You are really honest with yourself. Like, you know that you've been toiling under this problem. You know that it's become a burden, and you're ready to cast that off and fly again. You are ready to let that ego kind of just be cast off in the ways in which it brings negativity into your life, in the ways in which it actually does weigh you down and force you to settle for less. This is so empowering. You've been looking for those patterns. Yes, you could go a little bit easier on yourself. I feel like you've gone very hard on yourself in looking for these patterns, but at least you are so conscious and aware and looking to truly transform that, to do things in a new way. Wow, I love this for you, feminines. Just beautiful energy here. Okay, so let's take a pause here so I can give you your affirmation of the day. And oh, amazing. You know, one of the things that if you're new here, I want to tell you that this is a global and amazing family. Make sure that you read the comments because people really love and support each other. We're all here for each other. It is the most loving and dynamic community, and I am so blessed. I feel blessed each and every single day that I get to show up and serve this incredible community, that you guys are with me. We are all together. And so if you're new here, what usually happens, and I feel like this to me is a wink from the universe or a God wink, or whatever you feel is source energy, where I choose the affirmation in meditation and prayer before the reading itself. So I don't know what the reading is, where the reading is going to go, right? But then we always find that the affirmation is in direct alignment with exactly where the reading goes. And so I feel like that is source, that is spirit blessing what we're doing and saying, no, you guys are on the right track and we are with you. So today's affirmation that I want you to write in the comment box below is about trusting yourself more. It's about trusting your gut, trusting that voice of spirit, God, however which way you see your source energy within you, and loving your decisions, making decisions from that place, not from the place of ego, not from the place of limitation, right? But making it from the place of utter humility, expansion, vibration, and divine understanding. And so today's affirmation is, I love my decisions. I love my decisions, because you really are the creator of your destiny. And how does that happen? By making the right decisions for you little by little along the way on this journey. And all of those decisions, as you'll see, will add up to wonderful and beautiful things that you so deserve. Okay, so make sure that you write that in the comment box below and really put it in your vibration and live it. Now, our next question for spirit is, what is the masculine not seeing about the feminine and where she really is? Not seeing, what is the masculine not seeing about the feminine and who she really is? What is the masculine not seeing? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Thank you, Spirit. This is incredible. What is the masculine not seeing about the feminine and understanding about where she really is? Ooh, look at this. The health card came up again. Wow. Wow. So what I'm seeing here is that what the masculine is not understanding about his feminine at this point is that she really wants a fresh new beginning. Like, she wants a new energy around this relationship. This Judgment card is about wanting rebirth, but it's really about wanting rebirth in this love connection. She wants masculines to see the fruit of your labor. Seven of Coins. This is about you've planted seeds together, very powerful ones. You've planted your desires. You know that you are each other's, twin flame, soulmate, immortal beloved. And your feminine wants to see that to come to fruition, right? The Seven of Pentacles with the Judgment is about wanting to see everything that you've planted finally bloom, finally come together in a really beautiful, new and fresh energy. And one of the other things that also that he is not seeing about his feminine is that, yes, there is a definite ego there. there, right? And we just talked about this. So I think it's so incredible that it came up again, that, you know, he has to understand that just the way that he as a male has an ego, right? Masculine ego, so does the feminine. The feminine has an ego as well, right? And that when that ego is hurt, she too can lash out, right? In just the same way that the masculine can lash out. And so what he doesn't understand is that she does have certain memories about this connection. She has certain memories that are not serving her, you know, like certain, like more negative memories that sometimes hold her back from being fully open as much as she loves you. But she has certain memories that are holding her back from opening up her heart fully, and that may be keeping her a little bit in that ego's energy because you hurt her ego through your words and your actions, right? So she has certain memories. That's something that, you know, you need to understand about her. You also need to understand that she has, you know, this bad health. This is exactly what I was saying before, that for some of you, right, like this has manifested itself. Some of these negative emotions have manifested themselves into this bad health. And so the other thing that the masculine needs to understand about his feminine as well is that, you know, she wants him to make a choice about, you know, the ways in which his environment, his choices, and the way he's been handling things in his life are affecting him at the emotional and physical level, right? Like she is worried, she is concerned about his health. And this can mean everything from emotional health, right, to mental health, to physical health. You know, however which way resistance and negativity shows up as a health issue, this is something that she wants you to handle. Two of Swords, always about making a powerful decision. She wants you to make a decision once and for all to really get healthy again, to get healthy in every which way because she loves you. Wow, really amazing. Okay, so then Spirit, tell us what is the feminine not seeing about her masculine at this time? What is she not seeing that she does need to see and understand about who her masculine really is? Wow. What is the feminine not seeing about her masculine? Wow. All right, so look at this. Now, the first card that he got, look at this, 6 of Cups. Okay, so this tells us that your masculine very much is nostalgic for the past that he shares with you, the memories that he has of the good times. And it's so interesting because look at this, while you have memories, feminine, that tend to be a little bit more on the negative side, like, or not that you have only negative memories, you have negative and positive, but right now, because of some of your, you know, your own emotional issues or issues with your ego, you've maybe been focusing more on the negative memories. Whereas your masculine, he's actually focusing on the positive ones. He is very sentimental, nostalgic, in tune with his emotions when it comes to your shared history. And this is a very, very good thing. And so he definitely, and look at this, we have 2 major arcanas that are coming up with that energy, which is the Hierophant and the Fool. And so these are very fascinating energies. So what I'm feeling here is 2 things. One is that you need to see, feminine, that your masculine has certain expectations from his life. And those expectations really encompass everything. So it's about who he is as a man. It's about how he's contributing in the world, how much money he's making, how much influence he has, how he is viewed by his peers, how he is viewed by his family, and of course, how he is viewed by you. And so sometimes the expectations that he has are bigger than what he is manifesting or what he is allowing or what he is actually creating. And so when there's a gap, it's like a wobble, right? He has a wobble between the bigness, the large amount of expectation that he has versus what actually happens in his reality. And so that's something that you need to understand about him. And what it does is that it puts him in a state of disappointment. When he comes up short for himself, it tends to make him feel very alone. It tends to make him feel abandoned when he feels that he has not fulfilled his expectations, but also when he feels that others have not fulfilled the expectations that he has, right? So this is definitely a collective of masculines who have certain expectations from the people around them. They expect them to deliver. He expects you to deliver certain things because he feels that he also delivers as well. Like, so there's like this reciprocity thing, but you have to understand that he has these expectations and sometimes he's not fully vocal about them. So it's almost like he expects you to read his mind. Like you will just know what these expectations are. And I know that can be very frustrating because we can't read each other's minds, right? He may not be very clear, but what happens is that when you inadvertently not fulfill that expectation, he feels abandoned, lonely, lost. Okay? So that's his kind of knee-jerk response. And so that's something that you need to understand about him because, see, he very much wants this connection with you, but he also wants it to be very new and fresh. He wants it to feel like a really incredible adventure. He likes the mystery of it, right? He wants to feel that you and he are on this mysterious, amazing adventure where you don't know what the twists and turns are going to be, but you're going to hit the road together. You're going to take this journey together, hand in hand. You're going to just like, throw caution to the wind and, embrace the mystery and just do it together. And so that's one aspect of him, but then he also has another aspect of him that is very regulated. So that's something that you also need to understand. So it's kind of like a split energy he has. He has a tremendous desire to have fun and be adventurous, and you being his partner in crime. That's what he wants. He loves that you're his partner in crime. But at the same time, he also needs to be grounded in a more familiar energy as well. He likes structure as well. So it's like this is a masculine who wants both. He wants the structure that's going to bring him some sort of security, right? So definitely this is a masculine who wants marriage, who wants family, who wants to stand in front of the law, the community, your family, your friends, and make a real solid commitment to you that is binding, that is real. He likes that structure. He likes to work within the structure of commitment. So he is committed to you. He is committed to his career, his, family, his business, whatever it is, if he's an entrepreneur, but he likes that structure. But within that, he wants to play. He wants to play within that structure. So that is what he kind of like the whole of what your masculine wants you to see about him, feminine, that you may not be seeing just yet, or you may have kind of missed. And so these are the things that if you understand about each other, you will go a long, long way, like in terms of mutual understanding, mutual love, fun, frolic, like, you can really enjoy each other in every way, like mentally, spiritually, physically, if you understand these things that you may not be completely seeing about each other. So I hope that this reading has brought you some clarity. I hope that it has helped you to deepen your understanding of your masculine and feminine. And of course, if you'd like to have further guidance, the link to have a personal reading with me is in the box below, as well as the links to these oracle decks that I've created especially for all of you precious souls who are on this journey to love. So you know how much I love you, you know how much I believe in you, and I will see you all on the next video.